Good greetings, Flag family. I miss y'all so much. I swear I do. I can't wait to get back into the building and see y'all. I've been working really hard since the quarantine. I've been working so hard that I got a surprise for y'all. Sorry. Right here. But shout out to Michelangelo. He gonna hold it down with me in the video. The Ninja Turtles are my favorite superheroes ever. I created my own superhero. Yup, this is my book right here. It's called The Special Kid, written and self-published by yours truly, Tarel Naim Austin. Mr. Austin, that's me. And today I'm going to tell y'all, or teach y'all rather, how y'all can make your own book come to life. And I did it, so that means you can do it. You can do it, I promise. So I'm going to take y'all through the steps. But first, we're going to talk about why being a writer is so dope. I'm going to give y'all 3 reasons. So the first reason why being a writer is so dope is because it's a career, a job that you could do when you're 90 years old and gray in a wheelchair. You know, you cannot play in the NBA or the NFL when you're 90 years old. You cannot rap across the stage doing your hippity hop and across the stage when you're 90 years old. You're not going to do that. So, you know, the fact that you can do this forever and ever and make a living off it is just amazing, you know. Like, look at Stephen King. Stephen King is 72 years old. He's still writing books, you know. So that's the number 1 reason why being a writer is so dope, because you know, you can do it forever. So the number 2 reason why being a writer is so dope is because it makes you kind of like a god in a way. I mean, think about it. You can create any type of people you want, any type of places you want. You can create things. You could create what these people and things do, what these places do. I mean, take my book, for example, right? The guy in the green shirt, his name is Pound. He's a big, mean bully. I picked his name. I picked the hat he's wearing. I picked the shirt he's wearing. I picked how he walks, talks, moves, thinks, and everything like that. I mean, besides having a baby and maybe NBA 2K, what else can you actually make a person? Think about it. Think about like the Willy Wonka factory. You know, the person that wrote the Willy Wonka factory made that place seem so magical, so fun, that I still want to go there. You know, it's not even a real place, but you know, everybody would want to go to the Willy Wonka factory. That's the kind of things that your imagination can do. And to that degree, because you create these worlds, you're like a god, you know? So the number 3 reason why being a writer is so dope is because these worlds that you do create can live on forever and ever, well after you're not even here anymore. Think about the Willy Wonka factory. I mentioned that. I wasn't even born when that movie came out. And I'm still talking about it because of the legacy that it created. You know, think of like Stan Lee, the creator of Marvel Comics. He passed away recently, but guess what? It's still going to be a trillion Spider-Man movies made forever in the future, you know? Your little brother is still going to want Spider-Man sneakers and book bags. And, you know, you can also name things after people you know to pay homage to them. For instance, my favorite cousin, I had a cousin named Skills. He passed away recently. I named one of the characters in my book after him. So even when I'm gone, his name is still going to ring on because my books are still going to float around, you know? And people that never met my cousin Skills is going to know that name because I put him a part of my book, which means he's a part of the legacy of the book. All right, I had some technical difficulties, so that's why the quality of the camera look a little different. We went from MTV cameras to BET cameras, but we're going to get into it. The first tip I'm going to tell y'all when it comes to writing your book is planning. What is your book going to be about? You got to know what you're going to write about, or you're not going to know what to write. So that's the first thing. You got to think about what your book's going to be about. If you're at least in the 6th grade, you should know that there's no story without a problem. You've never watched a movie or read a book where it wasn't a problem. The characters have to be trying to achieve something in the book. They're trying to beat somebody. They're trying to beat something. They're trying to reach a destination. It has to be something that takes the readers through a journey, okay? So make sure you have a very interesting problem, something unique, something that we haven't heard or seen 1,000 times already in different stories or books. So that's the first thing. Also, when you're planning, don't worry about a caption. Don't worry about, excuse me, I'm bugging, not a caption. When you're planning a story out, don't think about a title of your book. Well, you don't have to right away. That's going to come naturally. You could be writing a chapter book, and you could be in the 5th chapter and think of the perfect title for your book. So don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. You know, that comes later. So that's the first thing, planning your book out. And after planning is part 2, the next step. The next step is to actually start writing. Start writing. I talked to a lot of people, and a lot of people told me that, always wanted to write a book, or I started, then they stopped, And some people don't even start because I think they're scared. A lot of people are scared to do what they don't see a lot of people doing. It's not like you wake up every day and meet somebody that write books. So when you don't have a lot of examples of it, people don't think they can do it. So that's why. So a lot of people just think about it, but they won't even start because it's fear. But that's all you got to do is just get the hardest part, just getting started. But once you get started, that's the easiest part because then it just flows naturally, flow naturally. And when I say write, I'm not talking about getting a pen and a paper and start writing. It's 2020. Everything is electronic. Everything is digital. Everything is technology. So we aren't writing on paper. If you have a phone, that's all you need, because I can guarantee that you have a notepad in your phone. This book right here was all written in the notepad on my phone. I don't even own a computer, as a matter of fact. So you can be writing anywhere. You can be writing on a toilet, on a train, on a bus, anywhere. Anywhere that you can use your phone, you can be using that to write. So go to your notepad and just get started. Then it's going to flow. You're going to get that first line out. Then that second line, it just comes naturally. So that's number 2, is actually starting to write. And you don't have to write every day. You don't have to write every day. Make a promise to yourself that you'll take 2 hours out your day to write. 2 hours, that's it. So delete Instagram, Facebook, or you don't even have to delete them. Log out of Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, and say, these 2 hours from 7 to 9, from 4 to 6, I'm going to work on my book. And next thing you know, you got a whole book right in your notepad of your phone right there. So you got to sacrifice something. If you want something, you got to sacrifice something. So you're going to have to sacrifice maybe playing your game, or, hanging with, watching your makeup tutorials, whatever you do for fun. In order to get your book done, you're going to have to sacrifice something and dedicate your time to that. So that's number 2. The first one was planning what your book's going to be about. Number 2 is actually writing, actually putting your thoughts to the notepad. And, there you go from there. So after writing, then you got to edit. You have to edit your book. And, that's a mistake I made with another book I tried to do. Actually, this is actually not my first book that I put out. I put another book out. And now I don't even like to really show that book because, it wasn't the best. It wasn't edited as best as it could be. You can't be the only person that looks at your book before it comes out. Unless you're a Harvard scholar, or you're, an English professor or something of that nature. But if you're not, let other people read your book first before you go into the publishing part of it. Let other people read your book, not only for editing purposes, but for second opinions. It's good to see what people think, and also let strangers read your story, because people that are your family and friends, they're going to tell you what you want to hear. So they might not like your story, but they'll tell you anyway. So get someone that's necessarily not a friend of yours or a family member and say, hey, can you read this for me? Tell me what you think, and be very, very honest with me. And like I said, they could be your editors too, If you know a teacher, go to your English teacher. Your English teacher can read it for you and correct things for you. Or sometimes somebody that you haven't look at it just for a second opinion, they might notice something that you didn't even know. It could be something small. It might be you forgot to put a comma, or maybe something was supposed to be capitalized and you didn't. So, it's always good to get extra eyes on it. So that's the editing part right there. Editing, making sure, everything is grammatically correct. Also, when it comes to that, try to get somebody that understands you, because, sometimes everybody's not from the same world. So in my book, sometimes I use slang, and somebody that grew up in a place that's totally different from Newark, For instance, somebody that didn't grow up like me, somebody that doesn't look like me at all, somebody that doesn't come from my culture may not understand what I'm trying to say. So when they're editing your book, they may edit it and take away the whole sound that you're trying to make because they don't understand you or how you talk. So when you do get somebody to edit it, try to get somebody that kind of understands you, you know, understand the culture of the book. So that's part 3, editing. So you thought of your idea, you thought of your book, you start writing your book, you edit it, you got to edit it and correct it and everything. Now, illustrations, the artwork. If you're gonna do a children's book, you definitely want artwork. Kids like to see things. They wanna see a lot of colors. They wanna see pictures. That's what makes them grab it. You know, you even got adults that can't read a book if it's not pictures in it. You know, so what you're gonna do is, if you can't draw yourself, you can get somebody that you know to draw. I can't draw even a conclusion, so I got somebody I knew someone that could draw, and they drew it for me. They didn't freelance draw because, like I said, everything's on the computer now. So they had like an iPad, and they got like illustration programs, you know, image programs and Photoshop and things like that. So that's what he did. What I did was I gave him the story, I let him read it, and I told him, for this page right here, I want this. For this page, I want this, and he made it come to life. I'll show you some of my illustrations right now. Look at this. As you can see, the cover. This is Pound, Shakir. Look at that. So, and it's not free. You're gonna have to pay. Well, like I said, if you can do it yourself, you won't have to pay. Well, if you get somebody that believes in you and want to do it and want to draw pictures for you just cause, then that's great. But most of the time, you're gonna have to pay somebody, and that's fine because it costs money to make money. So, if you don't know anybody personally that could draw, they have websites like Fiverr where you could pay people to draw for you, and they're great. They're great. Their drawers to the T of what you want. They're amazing. And you know, like, you can go to an art teacher. Every school has a few people that can draw their butt off. So getting your illustrations done should be nothing. So once you got your story written, you got your illustrations done, you pretty much got the book. You know, when you write a book, of course, you want to write a page maybe full of your thank yous and things like that. So you want to thank people that inspired you or inspired to write your book. So you got your story, you got your inspiration. You might want to write a special message in your book to somebody. You might want to write a paragraph about you so people know who you are. And then you pretty much got your book. Now, publishing. For publishing, there's a few websites you can go to. We have websites like Amazon KDP. That's when you can upload your book and get it printed. We have websites like companies like Ingram Spark. That's the company that I got my book done with, Ingram Spark. Then you got companies called Lulu, and then you have a company called, it's a few, but you can Google them. Just Google best self-publishing companies, and they'll come up. What you do is you take your story that you've written, you upload it, you upload the cover, and then they're gonna give you a preview of how the book is gonna look. And if you like how it looks, you can say submit, and it takes about a day for them to approve it if it's good or not. And if it's good, then you can actually get your book shipped to you, and your book will be in your hand. There you go, right there. Now you have a book. The next thing you know, you can start marketing. What's marketing? Marketing is, you ever seen a commercial? I'm sure you have. That's what marketing is. If you ever seen a commercial, then marketing is basically what's going to sell it for you. I'm sure you might have seen Shaq and probably like, okay, let's think about LeBron. LeBron markets for McDonald's. He's trying to get you to buy the McDonald's. So for marketing, what I did was I got flyers made. I got flyers made for my book, and then you can post it on the social media so people could buy it. There's a lot of ways you can market a book. You know, you could get posters made, you could get T-shirts made, you could get hats made. So your book is noticed, and people gonna start wondering, like, what? I'm seeing this flyer everywhere. What is this? Next thing you know, everybody's gonna want the book. You know, you could get popular people that you know to post your book, to make all of their followers see it. And next thing you know, you could be the next Stephen King, you know? So that was my tutorial on how to make your book come to life. And you can do it, like I said. And look, I want to show you something else. Look at this. This right here is my actual report card from Dr. Alma Flagg School. If you look up close, you'll see Dr. Alma Flagg from the 99 and the 2000. Yep. So I'm a student from Flagg just like you. So I'm proof that if a kid from Flagg, such as myself, can write a book, so can a kid from Flagg like you. So do it. Get it done, you know? And I even shout out Flagg inside the book. I know this video is longer than expected, but they know not to give me no opportunity like this because I'm going to keep talking. If you look right there, you'll see Dr. Alma Flagg right there. So I'm really putting on for the school. Rams for life. Look, man, I wish y'all the best of luck. Get started on your book. Any questions you have, you can email me at Tarel, Tarel _AUSTIN @yahoo.com. Any questions you have, you can email me them, or you can make a video and send me a question. However you want to do it, I'll gladly answer all of them. And I hope you enjoyed it. And just know this. Just because there's no windows in your school, it doesn't mean it's not a window for opportunity. Flagg for life. See y'all.